We're going to tie an olive bunny, it's a trout streamer, tied on a tube. Got a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of wiggle, a lot of fish catching appeal. So let's get started here. Here we go. This is an olive bunny trout streamer. It's tied on a tube. Here is what it's going to look like when we're finished. Look, got a little hook in there. It's got some double pupil eyes. It's got a cone on the front. Got a little bit of wiggly rabbit. Here we go. And I realize I don't have a cone. So let me go get a cone, because I'm going to need one in the end. Okay, here we go. I know my editor will cut that part out. Okay, let's use a nice, fairly fine thread. So this is a Pro Sportfisher Classic Tube. And the hook is gonna the eye of the hook is gonna pull down a clinch knot, and it's gonna pull straight up in there. But we will leave a little bit of space here at the rear of the fly, or the rear of the tube, I should say. I like Gamakatsu glow bug hooks. This is a speckled gold and black chenille we use for the body. We could use all sorts of body materials here, but this is a real nice one. Now this is just a wiggly jiggly bunny tube fly. I'm tying this to use for trout, and when I fish for trout I'll use a size, well, maybe an 8 or a size 10 hook. I gotta take a look there. I get distracted. But if I could tie this very same pattern and tie it for trout, I mean steelhead, and I'd use a size 2 hook instead of a 8 or a 10. So this is a very versatile fly. Now, white's probably not the best color to use for my thread here. I'm using these double pupil lead eyes. They could be lead, they could be brass. You can use a different eye. But the point here is to give us a little bit of sink ability. A little bit more than you would have normally without it. The cone we're going to finish this fly with doesn't have much weight. Now I want this rabbit strip to be just a bare hair longer than where the hook's going to ride. I'm going to cut an angle here. I could cut an angle at the rear of the hook, but I'm not going to. Whoops, let's get my thread back on. Oh, let's grab a black. Let's grab some black Vivas right here. I think I'm gonna tie my bunny on. My brush is getting a little bit frazzled, isn't it? I've had a lot of wear out of this jar of Loctite. Here we go. So the eyes are on that side, the down side. My rabbit strip is on top. There we go. Pheasant tail eye swing. It's pretty close to copper, but it's more like pheasant tail than copper. Really nice stuff. There's no way to do this without making a bit of a mess. It can't be done. I'm gonna lay some on that side. Bring it over here. Some on this side. Gonna thin it out a little bit. There we go. Very nice stuff. Now I have a, what have I got? It's a chromatic brush. It's a Summerlast brush. Should I use this one? Should I use this one? Take your pick. I think I'm gonna go with the darker one. I think this is a root beer and orange. We're going to take a couple turns behind. Well, actually, one behind. And we cross over. And then I come under and back. I think. Well, it's being pesky. There we go. There we go. That way, everything is nice and covered up. Now I don't want a lot of bulk here in the front of the fly because that would make it, actually be okay, but I would need a larger cone to conceal my thread wraps. So watch me work the wire using my fingernail, work the wire back. So that's very nice there. It's just couple turns. I really like this classic tube. As I mentioned before, you pull the hook eye, use a ring eye hook, not an up eye or a down eye. You bring it straight into the back of the tube to seat it. Now, where on earth did I put my cone? Here it is. On the tube we go. Oh, it conceals very nicely. So let me slide this off. I'll try to cut this right here. I'd rather use a razor blade. There we go. Just a touch. Yep, it's open. So there you have it. Really nice little trout streamer. Got those eyes, got the wiggle, got some flash. It's gonna sink, it's gonna swim. Here's one of the hooks I like to use with it. Little glow bug hook. Goes right in the back of the tube. There you go. Tie a few up, go out and have some fun. Catch some fish.